me being traded from the Raiders, I feel like it lit another fire.
I feel like with Derek Carr, if he went out there last year with his guy and balled out and went crazy, then I don't think we talk about this right now, you know?
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Big Time Talk today. We got a special guest today, but he's a great Raider, great person. And I'm gonna let everybody introduce themselves today, and we'll go from there.
What's up, you guys? I'm Somoan Raider, but call me TJ.
What's up, y'all? My name's MrFitz714. Y'all know what it is. Raiders.
And I'm Trey. Welcome back, guys.
So, you know, we got my boy TJ on here, big Raiders fan. A little sour but sweet. Obviously, I'm not a Raider no more, but it's always good to learn from someone that's, you know, in the social media business or just a fan or just a guy that's following a team. But just kind of just tell us about how you got started and how you become a Raiders fan. Were you a Raiders fan in the beginning?
Yeah. Man, how I became a Raiders fan, I know I tell the story a lot, but I almost became a Bronco fan. It's just crazy because
Good job.
So, so back in 03, like I never really like was into football like that until I played NFL 2K4 or if you ever. So I started playing there. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna start watching football. And then the first team that I seen on TV was the Broncos. The very first play was a touchdown. I was like, damn, that's a good ass team, you know?
Yeah.
And then the next week, I seen some team come out in black and silver, and I was like, oh shit, who are they?
Yeah.
And ever since then, you know, I've been following them. Been let down a lot of times, but hey, you know, I'm still loyal to the team. As far as the content stuff, man, I started in 2014, the same year Derek Carr came to the team. So I've been doing this for quite a long time. I'm coming up on 10 years now.
Congrats.
But I didn't really take it serious till 2020. But yeah, I just been talking football and stuff like that, following the Raiders all the way up until this point, to the point where I moved here now. So you know, just keeping in contact with. Just doing content for them here. Met this guy here, and we got a podcast now, you know.
Okay.
Mr. Fitz.
Yeah.
I started, was it 2021? I started talking shit on social media. And never thought, you know, I'd get millions and millions of views, but, you know, 2021, it blew up. So I was like, you know what, let me try doing this, you know, on the regular. And yeah, ever since. But as far as a fan, I grew up in a Raider household.
Okay.
Everybody in my household were Raider fans. So yeah, Raiders all my life.
Raiders till you die.
Yep.
Man, that's one thing I give Raiders fan base credit, man. I ain't, like, obviously I got drafted to the Giants.
Yeah.
And, you know, New York Giants fan base is definitely well. I think every team has, you know, a good fan base, but there are certain teams that have just a different feel, a different aura to it. And
the Packers.
Being in Oakland that first year and experience the fans, bro, I didn't think
Crazy,
no
huh?
other fan base can, like, compete with them just because the passion and the love for it. I don't know, maybe because the Raiders are probably one of the longest tenure, like, franchises, but, man, Raider Nation and Oakland it don't get no better than that. And I know we try to transfer it over and bring the dark hole here in Las Vegas, which it is loud and it's nice, but
It's not the same.
it ain't the same.
It's not the same as
Coliseum,
Oakland, huh?
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Maybe because the stadium ain't as ragged or, you know, run down.
It's a little too bougie right now.
But no, I definitely respect Raider Nation fan base, man.
Yeah. When you guys started your podcast, is that something that you just thought was just like a hobby? Did you ever think it was go full time?
Well, I mean, I really had a vision to start a podcast when I moved out here, and then ran into this dude, and I thought it was perfect. You know, we're two Usos, the podcast called Us Nation Podcast, but we didn't really kick it off till this year, and we just thought it would be perfect. You know, like just fans just talking about the team, and not only just Raiders, but all NFL and stuff like that. And we get to meet a lot of great people. You know, like you, a lot of other players. You know, and it'd be just great to talk to them. I mean, this is something that we want to do like full time for sure.
Yep.
But
Yeah, I never thought we'd. We were talking about it last year. It was like, hey, we're gonna do this podcast. Then never did nothing.
Yeah.
But you know, yeah, that's the goal. I mean, at the end of the day, we want to do this full time. with our followings, man. We got a huge following, so a lot of love and support, and I'm excited to see what the future holds. So,
yeah, you guys set goals for yourself with the podcast?
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Well, making it full time. I mean, I do the YouTube thing full time, but just to add the podcast thing on top of it, I think would just be like the cherry on top.
Yeah.
To be honest.
So I got a good question for y'all.
Yeah.
How do y'all be? How can I word this? How can y'all be? Well, obviously y'all Raiders fans. How can y'all try to be good fans, as not being biased towards the team compared to like how you really feel? You know what I mean? How do you kind of like figure that out? Because obviously you're a Raider fan.
Yeah.
You all only want the good. Sometimes you got to spell the bad, but how do you like balance that? And are you 100% biased Raiders, or are you kind of realistic with everything, like as far as the season go, who they playing, matchups, and things like that?
I mean, for me, I just try to keep it 100 most of the time, but I am biased though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, but I tell people when I do videos and stuff like that, like, oh, who do I think is gonna win the game? Like, that's why I don't really do like predictions anymore like that, because I'm like, I think the Raiders are gonna win every game,
Yeah.
But we don't end up winning every game. But like
just like a player, every game you feel like we can win until you had a game. But
exactly, and I think that the when it gets real is usually after the games, because the emotions are high. Sometimes we'll be happy, sometimes we'll be mad, and it's easier to kind of like, But it's all still being respectful though. Like, I'm not gonna be one of those fans that's just gonna be like, oh, F this dude, blah blah blah. But it is kind of hard though, being not being biased. But I guess
it is what it
is.
is.
Yeah, it is.
You're
what
gonna
it
roll
is,
with your team to the end.
It's still gonna roll with the team,
Yep.
While also being real.
Obviously the us them leaving Oakland and coming to Vegas. During that time, how did you feel? Were you mad that they were leaving? Did you want them to stay, or did you think it was time for us to get up out of there? Or when I was there? Sorry, look here, I'm Cowboy Nation to the end. But I'm speaking to some Raider fans, and I'm a former Raider, so it's only respect to to give it back to them. But go ahead.
Shoot, I mean, for me, I was happy. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been to a Oakland game. Everybody gives that same reaction. Everybody gives that same reaction because I was still a kid in high school.
So you didn't get a chance to enjoy the feel, the atmosphere,
I have it. I grew up Long Beach, SoCal, so I've always been down there. And then when they were having talks about moving, I think it was first to LA, and I was open for it because I was like, it'd be closer to home. Obviously, that didn't fall through, and they were talking about San Antonio and all. I was like, man. I was like, damn. And then they brought up, Las Vegas, and I was like, damn, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I was happy. I mean, I know it's not the same as Oakland, but for me, I was happy. This guy lived out here, so he didn't have to move anywhere, though.
It's funny because right around that time, like I said earlier, I was planning to move to Texas.
Yeah.
And when the news broke out and they were talking about it, I told my wife, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And finally, when they made that announcement, Oakland, Raiders coming to Vegas, I was like, yeah, fuck that. We're staying in Vegas. We're not moving.
Yeah. Plus, there's a lot of opportunities out here, like for just people and even like the Raiders. Like, I know it's not Oakland, but I give a lot of kudos to like Mark Davis for doing something that his dad didn't do.
Yeah.
It was build a state-of-the-art stadium in here in Vegas, and we're still close to the Bay, LA, all that. So it's not. It's just gonna take some time to kind of get that feel over here. I know it might not be the same, but I feel like the Raider fans are slowly coming.
No, that's true, man. Raider fans are everywhere, which I realize. So right now, how do you feel about the team? I don't want to try you to make predictions because I hate predictions. How you feel right now about the team overall?
I'm worried. I'm worried.
What are you worried about?
Yeah, what are you
We got Jimmy G, man. I mean, that's my quarterback. I'm gonna rock with him for now, but I mean,
You don't mess with Jimmy G?
I talk a lot of shit on him before the season,
Yeah.
But now he's my quarterback. I'm with him. But I feel like it's the same predicament we were in last year. We're replacing, somebody else. we're replacing Derek Carr with Jimmy G. The only difference, to me at least, is he knows the playbook a little better. So
That's what
I'm worried about.
You know, that's what you hope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, how'd you feel when they let Derek Carr and the Raiders kind of parted ways? Was that
I know that
was that a big segment on your podcast? On your
Let me give you my spiel just because
go ahead. I want to hear it from your perspective. You know,
Man, I feel like DC is an amazing quarterback, amazing leader, amazing father, everything. You know, a lot of people may see that he can't do no wrong, but just as far as how this previous year went, I feel like that was his first year with Josh McDaniels. You know what I mean? And to make that decision so quick or fast to move on from it, I just kind of felt like that was tough. And obviously, we had a new staff, a new direction that they wanted to go with the team, and obviously,
but
they felt like DC couldn't perform. He's a fan, but before I give you his take on it, I still feel like DC is a top 10 quarterback. Obviously, with the injuries last year with some of the guys, the season didn't start off how we would want it. Obviously, I got traded away, but I think he could have used another year with Josh McDaniels before they left, or got rid of him. But you could go.
I don't think it would have mattered. I mean, look at how many years. Look at how many years he was there and what he did and how many times did Derek Carr make the playoffs with the Raiders?
He made it a few times.
2 times.
Once,
Yeah,
twice.
But one.
So once
He didn't even
was
get to
this
play the
past.
first time, right?
Yeah, he didn't play the first time.
Yeah, he was hurt. He got hurt.
I mean, he has good numbers. He's a consistent quarterback year after year, but he just wasn't bringing the team anywhere. Like, he's not a mobile quarterback. He's not going to give you everything you need at the quarterback position, but he's going to do just enough. And then, hold on, he's going to get in the interviews, and he's going to be like, I'm so disappointed in myself and this. I'm like, dude, you just got to do more, bro. Like, I don't know. He just
I'm on the same boat as you. Like as a fan looking at my perspective, I think Derek Carr is a great guy. I still love him. I still support him wherever he goes and whatnot. But I feel like for the Raiders, and Hank got a point too, because Derek Carr, most of the times he went into a new system. The first year wasn't good. John Gruden, he needed years. But knowing this new regime and stuff like that, I feel like they couldn't really know until they get their own guy, I guess. I feel like Tom Brady was going to be the guy. I feel like it was until he retired. He ended up retiring.
I felt like
It was a lot of stories.
Bro, can you imagine?
Yeah.
And I think this was during Gruden's year when DC was here. There was a chance that before Tom Brady went to Tampa, he was supposed to come to the Raiders, and that was a big ill spill. But Gruden stayed firm and kept his guy, which. I love DC, and I always appreciate everything he's done for the team. But to try to compare him to Tom Brady or, it's a bit of a far stretch. Yeah. But
to compare in his respect, to compare any quarterback to Tom Brady. So.
But the thing that get me around, my guy brought Devontae Adams to the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah. See, I was gonna say that too because I mean, like, I think with the I don't think Josh McDaniels and them were gonna wait for him to develop. I mean, what they did last year with Josh McDaniels, I think they went out and, brought all the guys that were successful here, restructured re-signed them, Darren Waller, Hunter Renfrow, and stuff like that. The only guy that didn't was Josh. And I think what happened to Derek Carr is what they were going to do to Josh, because they brought on a successor from the draft. Yeah. They signed a lot of running backs, but then Josh just went out there and killed it. So, I mean, they're stuck now. They're like, oh, shit, we got to pay this guy, So, but I feel like with Derek Carr, if he went out there last year with his guy and balled out and went crazy, then I don't think we talk about this right now, I don't think – so I think – for me, I think it was just time for the Raiders to move on from him.
Yeah.
I think he's got a great team over there with the Saints. So I think he'll be great over there.
And this is really how you should really judge Derek Carr, because we've never seen him with another team. So now we're going to see him, and he's got a lot to prove. He's got a chip on his shoulder. Like, he should statistically have a good year this year with the Saints. I mean, the Saints, solid team.
Yeah, I mean that subject has been like, as far as social media, that's been the number one name that splits the nation up. But I always try to be like, I'm never disrespectful to Derek Carr or anything. I just look at it from a fan's perspective.
Yeah, fans
and see
perspective,
something new, you know, like, so with this year with Jimmy G, unlike him, like, you know, I'm a little bit more optimistic, but I'm optimistic every year. So it's like, it goes back and forth, you know, we'll just see what Jimmy G does here.
It's got to stay healthy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for what they brought this year. I mean, with the draft and the guys they brought in, they're guys, you know, so.
I guess one of my thoughts or questions were, I just been curious about. So, you know, obviously the last year Green was there, we made the playoffs.
Yeah. Okay, I want to talk about this.
It might be a little controversial, but that defense we had prior to them showing up to the defense we had last year, how would you describe, or what were your thoughts, how they kind of let some guys go compared to, you know, last year defense to this year defense?
This year with the first year with Josh McDaniels, right?
Yeah, first year with Josh McDaniels, and
then
last year
last
was
year
going into the playoffs, and you know, how would you describe the defense and the way it looked? How you know,
I think on paper it looked better last year.
it looked better last year.
Yeah, on paper, yeah.
Performance.
But I would say the difference was with the year prior was that I think the guys were playing for the coach. You know,
Yeah.
like everybody was
Okay,
like.
as a fan, you see that.
That's what I see. So I don't know, is that true? Is that true? Because it felt like it felt different. You guys were.
Yeah.
Rich didn't have no like head coaching experience or anything, but it just really looked like the players were really pushing for this guy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of controversy afterwards whether or not he should have been the coach moving forward, but but then again that's why it's like it's one thing to have talent, but then it's another thing to have players wanting to play for somebody, you know.
Right, and that's the most important thing.
Well, I mean, was that true with you guys?
I was. When Josh came, we you know,
Yeah.
a coaching change is a coaching change. You either love it or you
Yeah.
like it. But obviously, them coming over here and them being from New England and them having a winning way, a winning culture, you know, I accepted it and I was, you know, very happy with it. Obviously, it would have been nice to have Rich Bisaccia, but you know, we don't make those decisions.
Yeah.
But to get someone from New England tree, those guys coming over, you know, all they know is win, and they got, you know, supposedly the recipe to win. But you know, the first year you would love to see a winning season, a great season, but obviously that wasn't in the way it planned out. But just the way they do things is a little bit different, and their focal point of view of the team and the organization, it was just the way they had it looked at. It was a good foundation. It just didn't work out. You know what I mean? It was a lot of injuries, a lot of guys that didn't play. You know, they wanted to revamp the roster and turn it over. Obviously, you know, I get traded up out of there, but I respect those guys. You know, I would never talk down or bad about them. They never spoke ill will or bad about me. So, you know, it was nothing but respect, and I understand it. But it was definitely weird. You know what I mean? Because you know, going from, you know, making it to the playoffs with Rich Bisaccia and, you know, like you said, guys playing for him. Not to say guys didn't want to play for Josh McDaniels this year. It was just new scheme, new timing, new turnover, a lot of young guys, which is on the team.
Yeah.
And hopefully they can, you know, develop them and, you know, get them going. But, you know, I wish nothing but the best for Raider Nation. I'm always love Raider Nation. But it just sucked, you know what I mean? For me personally, every team I play for, I root for them.
Yeah.
And if I'm going against you that day or that game, you know, obviously it's always me. But I always, you know, want my teams that I played for in the past to, you know, succeed and do well. And I want everybody to do well. You know, everybody in this job to win the Super Bowl or to just accomplish whatever goals they got to that they want to accomplish. But, you know, not everybody can win that Super Bowl.
No, yeah, that's true.
And as you see, it's getting harder and harder. You know, teams are. I don't ever, you know, in my course, in my career, I ain't never seen this many teams loaded with talent that it is now. And
Especially in the AFC, man.
like we got so many quarterbacks in that division, or NFC, AFC. Like at this point in the NFL career, my career or in NFL right now, I just feel like it's talent all over the field compared to like back in the day. Because normally, when we were growing up, Tom Brady was always the guy. There wasn't really nobody else. But now you got a legit, I would say, 10 teams that can win it each year.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now.
Mm-hmm. So do you feel like it was better the year prior than this year? Like the defense-wise?
Well, I would say last year was better. Well, that year was a lot going on. But for us to stick it out and come together as a team from going through all the situations with Ruggs and then Gruden and then Bisaccia taking over, I feel like we did an amazing job, and Rich Bisaccia did an amazing job of keeping us together.
Yeah.
And also that was during COVID too. We were still not being able to play if you got COVID or if you tested for COVID, but. At that point in time in the season, everybody had COVID. You know what I mean? It was just so many stipulations and rules. You never really know. But that was definitely one of my favorite years or good years. You know what I mean?
That was my favorite year. Like, and we were actually,
The COVID year?
Yeah.
No, not the 2020, the 2021.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I mean, it was my favorite, but the most stressful year.
Yeah.
As a fact, because you seen everything going on, like the whole rumors about John Gruden, and it's like, nah, it can't be. And then he steps down, Henry Ruggs, and then.
So let's talk about Henry Ruggs. Like, not just Henry, but just
today.
Just not even about what happened with Henry, but just about being a rookie and coming to Vegas and like what do you guys think about how do you feel about the rookies coming in, and what do you like to see them kind of?
Call an Uber. You guys make good money.
Yeah. Hey,
call an Uber.
Exactly. It's you get your cars, you get the money, you want to drive. You're in Vegas. Last thing you think about is an Uber, but really, like that's.
Be safe. I mean, you guys, these young players come in. You guys have a whole life in front of you. One simple mistake can end everything. And Prime example. So
prime example.
My advice would be to call an Uber or a Lyft.
Yeah.
Here, that's why they were so like worried about having a team in Vegas, and not even just like Henry, but like the Damon doesn't work out for us, Arnett, and then a lot of these young guys, I think they're like 20, 21, 22.
Yeah, they're young. I would say, excuse me, any young guy or any person that's coming to Vegas around 18 to 21, 22, 23, you either need to have a good solid like family around you or a good lady foundation, because if not, it's nice to go out and party, but there's a limit to it. You know what I mean? And sometimes when you get here and people come visit in Vegas, like they say, everything that happens in Vegas stay in Vegas, but it's being professional football players and people in the NFL and people seeing us and being fans. I can't stress enough how important it is to stay on the right path and just stay out of trouble. And then being a Las Vegas Raider, obviously we the strippers here and guys going out and partying. Sometimes it's easy to say just order Uber, which I think is very easy to do. But when you're
not thinking about that.
You're partying, you got your friends out here. I can't tell me how many, compared to when I was in Oakland, the amount of people came to the game, to when we moved to Vegas, our numbers shot up. Like at least every week, if I wasn't a home game or if it was a away game, it was at least 3 people here from my city or people that I knew that came out here.
Oh yeah.
Not scheduling to come out here, but it just so happens they're here and I'm here, so they hit me up. But I'm not going out with them every time, or I'm not showing them Las Vegas. But I ain't gonna lie, it's tough, especially being young. You just came into some money, you want to party, you want to have fun, you want to show your friends a good time. It's tough in making those decisions, but
especially with the spotlight on you guys too, like as players, like
Ruggs had a huge spotlight on him, man. Coming out of Alabama, we had Henry Ruggs teamed up with Derek Carr. It was basically supposed to be like a Devontae Adams and Derek Carr situation. Like,
the offense looked great. It was starting to look good.
It was good.
Boy, that thing was tuned up.
Oh man, I would like out of that draft. My biggest the guy I wanted to get in that draft was CeeDee Lamb. But then when we got Ruggs, I was like, oh man, I'm down for it. And then I know the first year wasn't like a big year, but that second year, oh man, there was a lot of expectations there for him.
Just a lot of exciting games, man.
Oh man. And we finally had our Tyreek Hill type player here,
Yeah.
And Derek was actually slinging the rock too, and I was like,
he was slinging. He's got an arm though. I give him that. Like he can throw. I mean, he's got an arm. I mean, it's just but. Yeah, that's just a sad situation, though.
No, it is a sad situation, but
But I know what you mean. It's not easy. I mean, it's easy to say call an Uber, but that's like me going out with my family. Like, I'm gonna drive home, but we know we're not supposed to. Yeah. But you're like, okay, I'm gonna drive back home. And I know that situation was him with his family, and he was just gonna go home like it was whatever,
Yeah.
Obviously, he just did it.
Yeah.
So for both parties,
So all you rookies, be careful out there. So anyways, going back to the social media, how did you land your first brand?
Well,
the deal with
the good, from the legendary guy himself.
Oh, you're talking about what's okay?
Or
so
just in general, all the brands that you got.
My first brand, I didn't get paid for it, but it was actually a lady from like China.
Okay.
Like giving me fake jerseys like that for free, like just promoting it and whatnot. It was awesome because I got like a whole group of jerseys for free and they look authentic. Just don't get too close,
A jersey's a jersey nowadays.
Yeah, man. But as far as the Woods and Whiskey sponsorship, man, they came to me, I think that 2021 season. Yeah. But they've been a great sponsor since then and whatnot. Like their guy reached out to me because they seen us from the parties and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, it's just been great from there on.
Yeah. Is what you're doing now, the podcast, reporting on the Raiders, is this something you feel like you can do full time, or are you working part time to do it as well, or?
No, I took it on full time.
You took it on full time?
In 2020, at the end of 2020, I took it on full time, and because I was like, okay, once it matches the same amount I make at like the job I was working, I was like, I could quit that and just do this, and that's what I've been doing, and I came out here doing it. I do something on the side right now because I like doing that part-time job, but I mean, it does have its days though. I'm not gonna lie, like being like a content creator, like it's a lot of thinking, a lot of like. It gets stressful to think about like a lot of things.
Are you the one that's editing the film?
Yeah, editing, like the recording, editing it.
How many hours would you say they put in? Because I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Obviously, I'm going down the path of doing podcasts and being in social media. Obviously, me growing up, or me, my first, few years in the NFL, I'm one of the most vocal guy or most talkative guy with the media. But obviously, this is what you do. You speaking to the fans, you giving back to the people. Is it hard, or is it kind of you love it so much it kind of just comes out naturally, or is it, or do
like
you
talking?
feel it like a job? Well, just in general, just doing the podcast or making content. Is it something you love?
Nah, yeah, I love doing it. Yeah. For me, it's easy to talk in front of the camera. I can't talk in front of people. Like in the crowd, I'm still like I can't stand on the stage and talk to people. But like in front of a camera, I could talk. My wife jokes about that a lot. But yeah, I love doing it. It does get hard, trying to keep up with doing it every day. Because like you said, like it's one thing to record. Like sometimes I do my own scripts, and then having to edit it after, it takes about like 6 to 8 hours a day, depending. And then with the Raider stuff, even in the off season, trying to keep going and stuff like that. And then now adding the whole podcasting to the play is like another thing as well.
So you got your Raider podcast, and you do a YouTube channel on the Raiders.
I do YouTube, but we do the podcast. He does TikTok, so I mean.
I do comedy videos.
And then you do comedy videos. And then tell us about your comedy videos. How long you been doing that?
2021 is when I officially went viral. My fifth video had 5.5 million views. And then...
What were you talking about on that one?
I was just clowning around, being myself. I started some of the biggest trends on social media. So like, I don't know if you guys seen that Detroit survivalist guy? The guy that, practices and shows you how to disarm somebody.
Okay, yeah, I see that. I'm from Detroit though, so I ain't never met him yet. Been a while since.
I'm the originator, so I would show, when he would show it, and then it'd go to me, and then I'd try to do it, and I'd die. So I'm the originator of that whole trend. I started some of the biggest trends, like the Jehovah's Witness trend, where you knock on the door and start speaking sign language. How's the jumping dodger? I've done some of the biggest trends across social media, and it started in 2021, just me clowning around. And then I got to the football stuff, and that even blew up.
Yeah.
So my brother-in-law, he's a diehard Cowboy fan. And it started with him eating a hot dog. And then I started clowning afterwards. And then next thing you know, my other brother-in-law was like, hey, you're already viral, why don't you start clowning around on sports? Thought about it, and I was like, that's a good idea. First video I posted about how Raider fans take shots, Niner fans take shots, and who's the? Oh, actually, no, that wasn't the first video. It was how Raider fans fight.
Yeah.
And then how Niner fans fight. And then how Cowboy fans fight. Okay. I got like 5-6 million views.
Dang.
So I just kept at it, and all the football ones were just being shared here in the U.S. like crazy.
That's crazy. Are you doing it full time?
No, I do security at nighttime.
Oh, okay.
But the goal is, I'm making my money, right now on social media.
Yeah.
But the goal is to get to a certain limit.
Yeah.
So I do security and I sell solar, but eventually I'll be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's why we're starting the podcast.
yeah.
That's good. That's good. I definitely. If it wasn't for my guy Timmy, I wouldn't be doing the podcast. It kind of branched me off and kind of pushed me to get to it. I ain't gonna lie, I'm definitely grateful and thankful for this dude. He's definitely like my brother.
I know. He's
But
cool
enough
people.
on my camera guy, Timmy guy. How do you manage it? Obviously, me being, about to be a husband, about to be married next Sunday. I got a 2-year-old daughter. How you able to run everything while having, a family, being the guy that have to provide with, getting out content, I'm not sure if you're doing everything at the house, but how do you kind of manage that?
It's tough. I mean, I just had my daughter New Year's Eve.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah. So she's about 4 months right now. It's not easy. I actually it's not easy. Like me and my wife, like she was working from home. I was doing my thing and then also doing my part time. But then we just recently kind of figured out a schedule that works out for us. Because it's not easy to both work and trying to watch her while I'm trying to do content too. So we figured that whole situation out. But we actually have the mother-in-law helping us out.
That's good, yeah.
But it's not easy doing it, but I'm still trying to go at it. At least with the whole content stuff and
Make it work.
For me, my wife, she didn't work for the last 5-6 years. I took care of everything. So when it came down to it, and I really wanted to pursue this whole social media stuff, last year, she decided to get a full-time job to kind of carry, the little weight we needed, so I can do this more.
Yeah.
So my wife's solid. She's been down with me through the bad, the good. So she's a tough one. Take care of the 6 kids, around her schedule, my schedule. But we make it work.
Yeah. Just so people know out there, man, your wives, your lady, they got the hardest job in the world.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
whenever you think you're doing enough or more than you think you can bear, best believe being a mom is probably the hardest job or the number one job in the world. So don't forget that.
Definitely.
As far as, social media, what would you say the most difficult things is, or how would you kind of navigate going through, whatever you post content-wise? Just try not to mess up, but, just getting your message out there or your content, your views, rather than getting negative attention for what you post or care about how other people's feelings. How do you normally come up with the content or deal with social media?
I think the hardest part about sticking with it is being consistent, because the main thing about social media is being consistent, because that's how you work yourself in the algorithm and all that. It's kind of hard, especially because having a kid and whatnot. Yeah. But as far as doing the content, it's not hard, because usually I'm just being myself, and it's just with me, I'm not really serious. I don't ever go out and say, I know everything about. I'm just another fan that talks about Raiders sports, and I just crack jokes, like any other Uso would crack jokes, and then. So that part's not hard. The hardest thing for me is just consistency. I could have a lot of ideas in my head, but I never put it down on paper or actually do it. So that's just me.
The hardest thing for me is because a lot of my content is talking crap. So after losing, that's the hardest part for me, is talking my shit after we lose. Yeah. But I'm consistent with that.
Funnest. That's the funnest for me. When we lose, because I'm okay, I can make fun of it, laugh at our pain, kind of thing.
Yeah. Because I'm sure there have been times where you feel like, the Raiders should beat this team. When it doesn't happen, or you feel like we let one go, how do you normally feel after talking smack and killing the former team that we're going against? Do you own up to it and just chuck it up as a loss?
Next week, we're going to win next week.
Okay.
We're going on a winning streak. That's how I deal with it.
I seen one of y'all videos recently. Y'all ranking the division,
Yeah.
and you had the Raiders #1. Can you?
Oh no, I actually took that back.
Okay,
That was me
okay.
being biased, you know. Like I think being a biased fan, I had us #2. Yeah. He had us #3.
Okay.
Because I think I'm never gonna count out the Chiefs, especially after last year. You know, I can never count out the Chiefs because, man, like last year everybody thought either the Raiders, Chargers, or Broncos with all the moves we all made.
The whole division.
And then the Chiefs just go out there and just win a Super Bowl, you know? Like, so I was like, as a NFL fan, I learned to respect how good they are. So I was like, put the Raiders stuff aside. But I think we're second best at least.
I ain't gonna lie. The times when I was a Raider,
Oh man,
it might have been. Let me see. My first 2 years with the Raiders, I think the Chiefs might have swept us.
oh I'm sure.
Okay, all right. But after that, we went 1-for-1 with them.
Yeah.
That
So how was that?
The
Like-
2021 season.
Yeah, well, we beat them in Kansas City.
We beat them in Kansas City, and we should have beat them
That
when
was
we
a
was in
flex.
Las
That
Vegas.
was the first time I think Derek Carr beat them in
That was a
Kansas
flex.
City.
Yeah, it was the first time you ever won in
I-
Kansas
bro,
City,
I
I
felt-
believe.
oh my
believe
gosh.
it was, yep.
It felt like our Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad. But
Outside of football and social media, what do you guys do?
Or what do y'all like? You know what I mean?
I love playing video games.
What are you playing right now?
I'm heavy on 2K,
Okay. For what system?
the PS5.
Okay, all right.
Anybody could get to work with the Houston Rockets.
Oh.
I'm just saying. I'm just joking.
Hold up, 2022, 2023, Houston Rockets?
Yeah, but I'm telling you,
Who's-
the record don't look good in real life.
Who's
but
on the team? Give me
got-
the top 3 guys.
we got Jalen Green. He's always gonna be my dog.
He's a guy.
Jalen Green, and then we just got what's his name, Alperen Şengün. He's some dude from Turkey.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
so like, but they call him Baby Joker though. Him and then Jabari Smith.
Okay,
these
yeah.
are cats that nobody
Those-
really
those
knows.
some respectable
Only
guys.
Rocket fans know. But 2K I'm heavy on. I play Fortnite heavy too.
No duty? No Call of Duty?
Cause none of my friends play it. That's why I play it.
we're gonna
I
have to
play,
link up. We're gonna
but
have to
all my
link up
homies
with
don't
you.
play it. I'm like, I can't play with nobody. But
For the people that's out there watching, I'm a multiplayer Call of Duty guy. I ain't did the Warzone yet because I ain't got that much time to spend on the game. But multiplayer, I can get you 25, 30 kills. This guy, he a little bit better.
I gotta run with y'all there.
way
I gotta
better
run with
than
y'all if y'all.
But we gonna get you on Call of Duty multiplayer.
Okay,
Yeah, we're gonna get you.
I ain't never did the what's the other game you just said?
Oh, Fortnite?
I just don't understand. We building stuff, we
Yeah.
shooting stuff. I don't.
No, Fortnite they have a no build now.
Okay.
So you don't have to build. There's a game mode where it's just shooting, like it's just like Call of Duty.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
for real?
That's what I play because I can't build for shit either. And then other than that, like I love playing basketball, but and volleyball because I play volleyball with 10.
I like doing family activities with my kids. I got 6 kids, so
Yeah.
we do a lot of we'll go to the park, play ball, volleyball. We'll go to Chuck E. Cheese, whatever we want to do.
Straight up.
I'll
Hey.
take all 6 of them out. Let's go.
I ain't gonna
Let's
lie,
go do something.
I'm a homebody.
Yeah.
You know, if my lady in the mood to go out to eat or, you know, want to come to the strip, we go to the strip. But I ain't gonna lie, if it weren't for her, I probably wouldn't leave the house. You know what I mean? A lot of activities we have, or she wanna have friends over. Not that I'm like anti-friends. I'm just like once I work out and I get, you know, after I'm done working out, it's just all right. Let me just relax. Let this body recover. You know what I mean? Going into year 11 and, you know.
I mean that's
Training.
That's big though.
No, it
11
is.
years, man. That's,
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, my goal was to get to 10 years. And I ain't gonna lie, I had called one of my teammates, Will Golson, played for Tampa Bay. I said, bro, I'm at 10 years now. What you think? He said, what you mean, what you think? I said, yeah, I'm thinking about probably, you know.
hanging.
It might be done, you know what I mean? He said, I said, what you mean, He said, bro, we got to get 11. I said, bro, you saying we get 11, we're going to have to get 12. I said, at this point, we ain't going to never stop, you know what I mean? But, you know, he was one of my high school guys I grew up with. We played ball. We were, you know, 1 and 2, you know, coming out of Michigan. But, yeah, that guy's like, look here, the only way I can retire is when he retires. So ain't no telling when that might be.
So you're on the Tom Brady like.
Oh, shout out to Ghost. I'm gonna need something from Tom.
I ain't gonna lie, it is tough. It is tough. But I ain't gonna lie, what keeps me going is, you know, my love for the game. the passion for the game, and this being year 11, being able to get back to the younger guys. And I still think I got some juice left, man, for real.
You got some juice.
Me being traded from the Raiders, I feel like it lit another fire under me.
Yeah.
And obviously, during that time, they were trying to revamp the roster. Obviously, I wasn't playing as much. They had my boy AB in there, which was holding it down. Yeah. And I basically told him, man, if I can't be the guy, not necessarily that I wanted to be the guy, but if I can't start and I ain't getting a certain amount of reps, I might as well go somewhere else. So I know probably to a lot of people that trade might have surprised a lot of guys, but, my relationship with, I'm going blank.
McDaniels?
Who?
McDaniels?
No, well, it was always good with McDaniels, but the GM.
Ziegler.
It's a real solid dude.
Yeah, he seemed like
he's a good dude, man. I respect him so much, and he always kept it real with me. We had a good understanding, wherever they were going compared to where I was at in that situation, and I was excited when I got the call.
Oh, man.
To get traded and go to Dallas, but I didn't actually think it was going to happen. A lot of guys go up there and ask if they want trades, and luckily it worked out. And
did you know it was gonna be Dallas or no?
No, I didn't know who it was gonna be. I kind of went up there as the season was going. I wasn't trying to be, a negative or a bad feeling on the team.
Yeah.
But I went up there and had a minute conversation with him. And I told him, if y'all not gonna use me, y'all want the young guys to play, let them play. I don't mind. But if I could go somewhere else and show that I can still play, that would be. I would love to, to do that and show teams that. And he gave me that opportunity, and it kind of collided. And both teams. Once I found out Dallas wanted me, and I was able to go through, it was. Yep. It was weird because I was there on my day off, and I go there, do my little workout, Tuesday workout, not expecting for a call to go upstairs to the GM, but when the guy they sent down came and told me, I said, all right, I got it. I'm gonna go up there once I finish getting showered. But had a good conversation with him, ended up making the trade go through, and then I ain't gonna lie, it happened just like that. I didn't think I was gonna leave the same day as when he told me, but I did. But it worked out.
You like it out there though?
Oh.
That's another big big franchise.
Americans team, I didn't realize what it was. I know you gonna let the Cowboys after we done this year, but check me out. I didn't. Obviously, getting drafted to New York, that's one of the big market states or think and I thought New York Giants was like the team. Obviously we in New York City. Everybody want to go to New York City, but I got the call and I went when I got to Dallas, man. I was not expecting it was probably 60, 70 reporters there. I'm thinking it's my first time getting traded. I don't really know what to expect to know, but I get there and I'm looking they must be about to go talk to Dak. Because, normally the offensive lineman or defensive lineman, we ain't drawing that much crowd, but Dallas, that being America's team, man, I see it. And Jerry Jones is, unbelievable owner. He's a great guy. That whole organization is top flight. So, I've been blessed to be on some good teams, good organizations, and the man above is doing a good job with me, I would say that.
And you got to go to the playoffs 2 years in a row.
Yeah, man. That was the farthest I've ever been in the playoffs. The second round. And I ain't gonna lie, bro, we had them.
Yeah.
They were nervous now. You can see they weren't trying to drop back and throw that thing or sling that thing. They did a good job of, dinking and dunking and running the ball, but I ain't gonna lie, this year we definitely got a lot to prove with, sorry, I'll keep going blank, but with DA, my boy D-Law, man, we got some young guys that's going to show some potential, man. I ain't gonna lie, I really think NFC, we probably one of the best D-lines.
Out of the NFC?
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
The Eagles
Parson, I ain't gonna.
Well, but I heard Parson gonna go on the line too, full time.
Yeah, I seen that on social media. I ain't been there with him. I've been training here in the off season just because got a wedding coming up, a bed on the house, a lot going on. But I definitely think we're gonna be something to be reckoned with, and we definitely gonna get back. San Francisco, we got one for y'all. I ain't gonna play.
Tonight, Lakers play.
7 o'clock.
Who you guys got on the lake? Who you guys got tonight?
We're closing it out. We're finishing that out. Come on, let's go.
Close out.
Who gonna seal it for? Is it gonna be AD? Is it gonna be LeBron? Or is it gonna be one of the other three?
Who I want to step up to the plate tonight and play like crazy is LeBron.
I think
He's the leader, man. He's got to come out there and whether it's assist, whatever, he needs to be that main guy on the court tonight. Set the tone for the next round.
They going all the way, winning it.
Yes, yes.
they say,
yes.
I'm going for the Lakers today because I support LeBron and because the Warriors always used to eliminate my team from the playoffs. So, but like I said before, it's funny as a Raider fan seeing like the Raider Nation split because it's like SoCal, NorCal, kind of going at it and whatnot. But
Yeah, with LA and.
you're a Laker fan too or no?
No.
Oh no, you said you're a Bucks
I'm
fan.
a Bucks fan. Yeah.
They've been done.
But okay, but we're not talking about the Bucks.
That's a good thing. You heard what Giannis said when that reporter asked him. He said,
At least you got one out of it though,
they
right?
asked him if the season was a fail.
You work every year.
Come on, nah. Like, of course, Giannis. After you won the championship that year, he won it, and then he didn't make it last year. For him, the expectation, just like it is on LeBron. If you win it once, you got to keep winning. And if you don't keep winning, you ain't that guy.
Exactly.
But I will say Giannis is still that guy. I ain't gonna go that far, people. Giannis is still that
Yeah,
guy.
I would go that he's better than LeBron. But anyways, we'll move on. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Other than, us doing the podcast today, any future podcasts or any events you got coming up or anything?
Yeah, we actually got Brandon Parker coming on the podcast pretty soon. Some other people that we haven't really locked in yet.
Yeah, Lincoln Kennedy.
Yeah, Lincoln Kennedy, and then hopefully you one of these days.
Oh no, I'll definitely
whenever
jump on
you're
there.
free, I know.
As Combo Nation is with me, we're gonna have a nice little battle. But no, I wouldn't mind jumping on your podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
Getting it going. You're a good fan, obviously a good person.
Yeah.
Congrats on the little one. But no, I love what you've been doing. I've been seeing what you've been doing, and just keep going at it, man. Sometimes when you kind of branch off and do something new, it may seem a little bit nervous or uneasy. Just know whatever you got your mind set to and you want to do, you'll accomplish it. And everything you see to get out of it or want to get out of it, it'll come back 10 times fold, brother.
No, I appreciate that though. And appreciate you having us on, man. We just kicking it. I know I met you last time, last year for the first time for the Burger Challenge.
Yep.
I think that was crazy as well. But
just so you know, I think we got another one coming up at the end of this month.
oh, that's what I heard. I think that's what I heard. Are you doing it again?
I told Cody I'll jump in. So I'll be there. It's gonna be a good combination of Raiders, Cowboy Nation. We're bringing them out there. Hopefully we get some Cowboy fans out to Las Vegas to represent us. You know what I mean? Just so we know. So they know we travel well just as much as they do. You know what I mean? But no, I think unless you got anything else you want to ask, bro, I think I'm good. Unless you got some questions you want to ask, you know what I mean?
Or anything you want to promote?
Loose Nation got a lot of stuff coming this season.
Mm-hmm. We got some merch coming? Anything?
We got merch, tailgates, parties. We got a lot of stuff going on right now. So
Yeah.
Waiting for that schedule to drop tomorrow.
Oh yeah, schedule drops tomorrow. Yeah.
I got how y'all? Well, as a player, I know how I feel, but 2 Thursday night games.
For who?
Is that what they put in the NFL now?
You could have up to
You
two.
could have up to 2, but then again, not every team is gonna be on primetime
Yeah.
TV. So how?
I think the Raiders should get the Black Friday game because they're gonna have a Black Friday game this year. I think it should be a Raiders.
It'll be the
game.
first Black Friday game.
First
ever.
Black Friday game. Yeah.
Are you hoping Raiders, Chiefs, Raiders?
And I don't want to play the Chiefs because
Yeah,
I want to have a good.
Raiders Chiefs Black Friday.
Like Raiders Green Bay. Maybe we'll do that.
Somebody just a team that we could probably,
The Jags got 2 trips to London. Yeah.
But their owner been advertising to go over to London, so that's one of the main reasons why they've been going back every year.
Have you played in an international game? How do you like those?
I love it. I love London. I think we played in, was it Tottenham, and we might have played at the other one, but no. The times I went out to London, it's been an amazing experience, man. My fiance, when she came out with me our last time we went, and I tell you, we had a ball. Like,
Yeah.
Because we went out there for a week. And I think when we first got there, we had about like 2 days to just kind of do whatever we wanted to do before we really got into the grind and getting ready to prepare for the team. But I think everybody should have an opportunity to go out there and play or go to, Germany just to see new things. Because I ain't gonna lie, if it weren't for football, I wouldn't be on the plane. The first time me stepping on the plane was to go to, Virginia, which was a school visit. And that was the first time I ever touched my feet or been on a plane. I'm looking like, I don't really know about this. But I ain't gonna lie, the game takes you all types of places and gets you all type of opportunities. So I'm, appreciative of that.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah. But this comes to the show. This ain't gonna be the last time I see these guys. I'm gonna make sure I keep and check in and continue to see those guys grow. And I wish y'all continue to check in on this podcast and continue to see it grow. And I love all my fans and supporters. Continue to subscribe and comment below. And maybe my dog, we're gonna keep this thing rolling, man.
Yes, sir, man.
Got the Somoan Raiders in here, so y'all will pay them respect. But still, though, just know this is Cowboy Nation.
Man. Oh yeah, so you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all at Somoan Raider, and even our podcast at Oos Nation Podcast on Instagram.
Yeah, you can find me on everything, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, MrFitz714, MrFitz714.
Get it. Hey, don't forget, man, shout out my boy Trey. Junkyard Removal, one of the best companies in Las Vegas. Make sure y'all call him if you ever need some junk to get picked up. It don't matter what it is or how big it is. He'll do it himself.
Yeah, big or small, don't matter.
That's what's up. Well, I appreciate y'all, man.
No, thank you.
Timmy got me going to different locations.